Yeah, man, he's looking really, really good. I'm definitely a little bit crazy and I'm definitely a little bit scared. This is the toughest fight I've had to date against the most experienced opponent. It's at heavyweight, and Tyson's dropping people in sparring.
Jake Paul has revealed that he's feeling apprehensive about entering the ring after watching sparring footage of Mike Tyson, suggesting he might reconsider his decision. A few days ago, Tyson delivered a chilling message to Jake Paul, highlighting his relentless strength, fierce intensity, and unparalleled abilities in the ring, reminding everyone why he's regarded as one of boxing's greatest legends.
This is the strongest I've ever seen you.
Yeah?
Yeah, the strongest I've ever, and I know you since you're 13. I think this impresses the shit out of me. Nothing impresses me. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't lie. I was worried about him traveling here, traveling there. He's not getting. I can sleep now at night. This is great.
Tyson didn't have to say much to convey his message. The video displayed him training with the same intensity that defined his prime, delivering punches with speed and accuracy while appearing remarkably focused. Even in his late 50s, Tyson demonstrated that he still possessed much of the explosive power that earned him the title of the youngest heavyweight champion in history. However, Jake Paul acknowledged that Tyson looked impressive, admitting he felt both excited and intimidated. He called this upcoming fight the toughest of his career against the most experienced opponent he'd faced. Noting that Tyson had been dropping opponents in sparring and was in peak condition, Jake planned to outbox him and showcase his skills, aiming to knock out one of the greatest boxers of all time on November 15th.
Yeah, man, he's looking really, really good. I'm definitely a little bit crazy and I'm definitely a little bit scared. This is the toughest fight I've had to date against the most experienced opponent. It's at heavyweight, and Tyson's dropping people in sparring. He looks the best shape and the strongest he's ever been, is what his coaches are saying. And so I know on November 15th it's going to be a war, but I just plan on outboxing him and showing the world what I'm capable of and coming alive in the moment and knocking out one of the best to ever do it.
When asked if it was a lose-lose situation, Jake Paul noted that critics would dismiss a win over Tyson by saying he was old. However, he considered it an honor to fight one of boxing's greatest, calling it a dream come true. Paul promised that the event would be a spectacle for 700 million viewers on Netflix at AT&T Stadium in Dallas, vowing it would be an unforgettable night in sports.
Yeah, no, a lot of people are, wondering, Jake, why are you doing this? Like, even if you beat him, they're going to say, oh, he was old or whatever. But to me, Mike Tyson wanted to fight me. That is an honor. He's one of the most famous boxers in the world to ever do it. Him, Muhammad Ali. And to step in there with someone of his nature is an honor. It's a dream come true. And it's going to be a spectacle on Netflix. 700 million people, wow. Dallas, Texas, AT&T Stadium. It's going to be one of the most entertaining nights the sport has ever seen.
Jake Paul confidently stated that while many see him as a fun-loving social media star, he's a fierce competitor destined for greatness. He declared that on November 15th, he would defeat Tyson and become the face of boxing, regardless of public opinion. Paul expressed his ambition to be a world champion and a Boxing Hall of Fame inductee. He acknowledged his manager's family in Adelaide, Australia, and urged fans to tune in, joking that he plans to kangaroo kick Mike Tyson in the face.
Yeah, 1,000%. People just think I'm this nice, crazy, smiley social media content creator. I like to have fun. I've always been the class clown, but I'm a killer. This is what I was bred to do. This is my destiny. On November 15th, I will stop him and become the face of boxing. And whether people hate that or love it, they're going to have to accept it, because I was born to do this, and I will be world champion, and I will go down in the Boxing Hall of Fame as one of the greatest to ever do this sport.
Full respect to you. You are a marketing machine. Put the jukes up. I know what your secret is now against Tyson. I and Mike Tyson. It's a little bit of Australia in your belly. Vegemite, it's the answer.
Protein, baby. And shout out to my extended family in Adelaide, Australia, my manager's family, the Mill D family. So love those guys. And yeah, November 15th, all of Australia, tune in and I'm going to kangaroo kick Mike Tyson in the face.
UFC legend Sean O'Malley acknowledged Mike Tyson's experience, but emphasized that Jake Paul is highly focused and has been dedicated to boxing for the past 5 years. He noted Jake's significant age advantage of 30 years, along with his speed and power, making him a strong opponent. O'Malley suggested that the fight's rules could influence the outcome, but he ultimately believed Jake would likely dominate.
There's limits to what you can do when his body's been through it. You can't count him out. I just feel like Jake's too locked in, too in it, been in it too long. With in the last 5 years, who's been in it more? I think that matters. And what is he, 30 years younger? I just don't see this ending well for Uncle Mike Tyson.
Think Jake's got the speed factor?
Speed, power. Even at this point, Jake's not a little guy. Jake's a big fella. He's just fucking locked in. I think the rule set will play a role. Is it 2 minutes? Is it 4 rounds? Is it, what is it gonna be? So I think that'll matter. I don't even know if that'll matter. I think Jake's gonna probably dominate.
Donald Cerrone said Mike Tyson still has his power, and if he connects, Jake could be in trouble. He suggested that if Mike fights aggressively, he could potentially knock Jake out.
Mike still got it, so he hits him, he's going down.
You think he knocks him out over there?
I don't know. I don't know how nice Mike will be, but if the killer Mike goes in there, yeah, he's putting him down.
Lennox Lewis stated that Mike Tyson's approach is straightforward. He comes at you looking to knock you out. He advised Jake Paul to avoid Tyson's power and be cautious of his impressive 6-punch combinations. Lewis noted that Tyson, at 57, still has the fire and skill of a real fighter, emphasizing that Tyson can both throw and take a punch effectively.
Mike Tyson, what he does is two-dimensional. He's going to come at you trying to knock you out. Now you got to try and stay away from him, stay away from his power. I seen him working out the other day, and he throws some good combinations. So those 6-punch combinations, he has to make sure. I'm talking Jake Paul. Make sure that he's not in the way of those punches, because Tyson's a real fighter.
We saw him working out the other day. He's 57 years young. He still got it. He still got it in his eyes. He still got it in the body.
Oh yeah, no, Tyson can throw a punch, he can take a punch, so, he's doing something that he's used to.
Conor McGregor has also weighed in, sharply criticizing the fight and mocking those who choose to watch what he describes as a spectacle. His comments highlight a growing skepticism within the sports community regarding the authenticity of this matchup.
Jake Paul, don't give a bollocks. They're wearing 14-ounce gloves, it's 2-minute rounds, is it? Who gives a bollocks? I hope Mike rattles a little dope. No one gives a about him. How is that even in the in Dallas Stadium? What's going on? Tyson, best of luck, bro. You look in good shape. So you had a little health scare, don't know what happens on the plane.
Mixed martial artist and podcaster Brendan Schaub commented on Jake Paul, expressing uncertainty about the fight, comparing it to a glorified sparring match. He questioned what a knockout of Tyson would do for Jake's reputation and whether it would increase or decrease the hate he receives. Schaub wondered about the implications of a potential loss and if Jake would really end up on the canvas at AT&T Stadium. He noted Tyson's age, suggesting that while he still trains, Jake is the younger fighter in this matchup.
Jake's my boy. I don't know how I feel about it. Is it going to be like the Roy Jones, like a glorified sparring match? I don't know what it does for Jake. Like, Jake, if you knock out the biggest legend in boxing of all time, do we think the hate goes up or down? So I don't get the upside for Jake in this, unless Tyson knocked him out. What if he loses? What if the game plan is he loses to Mike Tyson? Show some respect.
But do you think we're going to see that, though? You think Jake Paul's going to be laying on the canvas at Jerry World, AT&T Stadium?
Absolutely not. But that's what, I just, the amount, like, is his team, like, how can we get people to hate Jake Paul more? Bring out Mike Tyson. Like, I saw a video of him with a walking cane, dude. I've worked with Mike. He's an older dude. You see him hitting mitts and shit, but Jake Paul's a young cat. It's a bad idea.
American professional boxer Le'Veon Bell stated that while Mike Tyson might look impressive for his age, he believes Jake Paul will come out on top. Bell acknowledged Tyson's skills, but emphasized that Jake has been dedicated and focused, suggesting that he has the advantage in this matchup.
Slowly but surely, he can run, but he cannot hide.
You think he beats Mike Tyson, or you think Mike Tyson puts him out?
I think he beats Mike Tyson. I think Mike Tyson obviously gonna look great, I think, for his age and things like that. But at the end of the day, Jake Paul been doing this. He locked in, so I think he got it right now.
Rampage Jackson voiced his strong support for Mike Tyson. his favorite boxer. Despite Tyson's age and health issues, Rampage wouldn't bet against him. He recognized the unpredictability of the ring, but emphasized his loyalty and admiration for Tyson's legacy.
I never bet against Mike Tyson. He's my favorite boxer.
Yeah. You think he can, he's had a health scare and everything. He's only getting older.
Yeah. Father time undefeated, but you know what I'm saying, I still ain't gonna go against Mike Tyson against Jake Paul. Anything can happen in the boxing ring, but I ain't gonna go against Mike Tyson.
WWE legend Shawn Michaels acknowledged Jake Paul's youth and skill as a boxer, but expressed his long-standing fear of Mike Tyson. He noted that no matter Tyson's age, his power remains formidable, and a single punch could be devastating. Michaels admitted that predicting the outcome of the fight is challenging, but he is eagerly anticipating it.
I believe Jake is, obviously, he's got the youth and he's a hell of a boxer, but I just grew up being petrified of Mike Tyson, and I don't, just the fact that you get in the ring with Mike, I don't care if he's 59 or 109, Mike hits you once, and I think you just kind of shatter. So that's going to be one that I think is going to be tough to call, but it's one, I got to be honest, that's one I'm looking forward to seeing.
Travis Kelce expressed his support for Jake Paul, citing his youth, but found it strange to say so. He leaned toward Jake for the win, but was unsure about a knockout, questioning if knockouts were permitted. Kelce also noted he had never seen Mike Tyson get knocked out.
Taking the Cleveland kid, even though Mike is, golly, I feel silly saying that, but I'll take Jake with the youth.
Knockout?
I don't know about a knockout. Are they allowed to knock each other out?
Yes, they are.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
Real fight.
I don't know about a knockout, man. I've never seen Mike get knocked out.
Ryan Garcia shared his thoughts on the fight, expressing excitement while also raising concerns about Tyson's health given his age. Garcia's comments underscore the potential physical risks for Tyson, even as fans look forward to his performance.
I like Jake. That's it.
You think he's doing a good job?
Yes.
What do you think about the Tyson fight that he just announced?
That's awesome. Yeah, dude. Try to fight Tyson. If he knocks you out, but at least you fought Tyson. That's cool.
At this point, I think Tyson's 58, right?
Well, that's not okay. He's like 60 years old.
How much of his power do you think he lost? Do you think it's still Mike Tyson?
I think that's the last thing to go.
David Benavidez praised Jake Paul for his dedication to boxing, stating he knows what it takes to face Mike Tyson. However, he highlighted that Tyson is always a threat, noting that many don't have a plan until they get punched in the face. Freddie Roach is confident about Mike Tyson's prospects in his upcoming fight against Jake Paul. Despite the 31-year age gap, Tyson at 58 and Paul at 27, Roach believes Tyson's experience and skill will provide him with an advantage in the ring. He feels that Tyson's extensive training and profound knowledge of boxing strategy will enable him to effectively counter Paul's youthful vigor and unconventional style.
I used to train Tyson. I like Mike a lot, and he does come by my gym once in a while to say hello and visit and stuff. And then all of a sudden his fight's coming up, and it's a younger, maybe stronger man. But no, I can't say stronger because Tyson's very strong.
Roy Jones Jr. remarked that if Jake Paul can survive the first 3 rounds with the extra weight he's gained, he might have a chance. However, he expressed uncertainty about Jake's ability to endure those rounds, emphasizing that it will be revealed during the fight.
What do you think's going to happen when he faces Jake Paul? It's not going to be an exhibition. It's going to be a pro fight in Dallas, Texas.
It's going to be tough. If Jake Paul can survive 3 rounds with the extra weight he's put on, he may have a chance, but he's going to survive the first 3 rounds.
You think he's going to survive those first 3 rounds?
I don't know. That's yet to be seen. That's why we're going to watch the fight.
Bob Arum has strongly stated that he sees no possibility for 58-year-old Mike Tyson to defeat a much younger fighter like Jake Paul. He emphasized that the substantial age difference and physical factors heavily favor Paul. Arum contends that Tyson's age and the decline in athletic ability make it highly unlikely for him to win against a younger, active competitor. This perspective highlights the challenges age presents in boxing, particularly when facing someone in their prime. Cuban-American baseball outfielder Jose Canseco expressed disbelief about the fight, saying if Mike Tyson is healthy and not under the influence, he believes Tyson could defeat Jake Paul in 30 seconds. However, he noted that if Tyson is injured or high, the younger Paul could potentially wear him down due to his stamina, but he still expects Tyson to win within 45 seconds.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? I can't believe they were thinking about putting that on. I would go if Mike Tyson is healthy and Mike Tyson is not high, I hear he gets high all the time, I think Mike Tyson could destroy Jake Paul in 30 seconds. But if Mike Tyson is injured, he's not healthy, he goes in there ring high, Jake Paul, younger kid, has a lot of stamina, can wear Mike Tyson down. But I would say Mike Tyson within 45 seconds.
Jason Miller, aka Mayhem Miller, noted the significant age difference in the fight. He suggested that if Mike Tyson comes out strong early, he could potentially knock Jake Paul down. However, he acknowledged that the smart bet is on Jake Paul, who has proven himself as a top boxer despite starting as an influencer. Miller emphasized that Paul knows how to box and picks fights he can win, giving him an edge. He expressed hope that Tyson will bring his best to the match.
That's an interesting fight because, yeah, the age. The age is the big difference. I think if Mike gets out there early, he might be able to touch him up and send him to the canvas. But I don't know, man. The smart money is over there on Jake Paul. Look, Jake Paul came up as an influencer, but he's proven himself to be one of the best boxers of our time. That's the reality of the situation. And whether we want to hear it as fight fans or not, the guy knows how to box, he's strong, and he picks good fights that he can more than likely win. So Jake Paul got an edge. I hope Mike brings it to him.
WWE legend Rey Mysterio expressed mixed feelings about the fight, but ultimately backed Mike Tyson, believing he would win. He suggested that the match will likely go the distance and be decided by the judges, emphasizing Tyson's experience. While acknowledging Jake Paul's youth and power, Mysterio cautioned against underestimating Tyson, stating that he will bring his best to the ring.
Man, I have mixed emotions for that. But I got to go with the veteran of the business, Mike Tyson. I think Mike Tyson is going to take him down.
There it is. You think he knocks him out, or you think it goes to the judges' scorecards?
I think it's going to go to the end. I think it's going to go to the decision. But overall, I think Tyson has the experience. I mean, Jake is the youth, and he has the power, but don't underestimate Mike because he's going to bring it.
WWE wrestler Dominic Mysterio expressed his support for the Paul brothers, mentioning he appeared on Logan's podcast and would love to team up with him as a tag team. He acknowledged having met Jake a few times, but emphasized that you can't underestimate Mike Tyson, considering him one of the greatest boxers of all time. Dominic admitted he was torn about the fight, but joked that if he had to choose, he'd pick himself.
I'm a fan of the Paul brothers. I did Logan's podcast. Hopefully, I'd love to be a tag team with Logan one day, because we could be the most hated tag team. Met Jake a couple of times, but at the end of the day, you can't count out Tyson. Tyson's one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest, and his power, I don't know. I'm really 50-50 on this one, but if I had to pick one, I'd pick myself.
Gene Kilroy, one of the last surviving members of Muhammad Ali's inner circle, was instrumental in shaping Ali's career, helping him achieve legendary status and become an international icon. Kilroy, who often referred to Ali as his closest friend, now sees a comparable fighting spirit in Tyson. In the 7th episode of Behind the Mic, Kilroy expressed his amazement at Tyson's impressive preparation.
The most successful one. Yeah, this is the strongest I've ever seen you. Yeah? Yeah, the strongest I've ever, and I know you since you're 13. I think this impressed the shit out of me. Nothing impresses me. I'm gonna tell you the truth, I don't lie. I was worried about him traveling here, traveling there. He's not getting. I can sleep now at night. This is great.
Gerald Miller has discussed the matchup whilst talking to pro boxing fans, initially revealing that he was set to be on the original card earlier this year. He stated, "I was supposed to be on the last undercard they had before it got pulled. Some miscommunication there." He then shared his thoughts on the fight, admitting that the youth of Paul could be the key factor. He added, "If the fight happens, I don't know who's going to win that one. Jake is the younger guy, but this is boxing." Shannon Briggs highlighted the importance of speed in boxing, explaining that a fighter like Tyson can pose a significant threat by landing punches first. He referred to the fear factor of facing such a unique and adaptable opponent, emphasizing Tyson's ability to switch stances and perform difficult-to-counter moves. He concluded that winning would ultimately rely on speed.
There's got to be one thing that really separates him from the pack as boxers, not from fans.
I mean, just speed. For us. If somebody's so fast that when you go to punch and they beat you to the punch, or it's dangerous. And he was just ferocious. I think a lot of times too, the fear factor of going into a fight with a guy like that, nobody has seen a guy like that to that point. He not really fighting left-handed. He going both ways. You know what I'm saying? He was squaring up. He was doing things that you really it's hard to train for. So he was just so dangerous.
That's why I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna beat you with speed.
Francis Ngannou believes that Tyson's experience and skill will likely give him an edge over Paul. Similarly, renowned boxing trainer Freddie Roach has expressed confidence in Tyson's chances, suggesting that his experience can offset the significant age difference.
That's a tricky one. I mean, I think everyone, when it comes to a Mike Tyson fight, even today, want to see this big legendary Mike Tyson knockout. But Logan Paul and Jake Paul have a wonderful gym, Problem Child gym down there in Puerto Rico, where I once got to visit, and I was blown away by. They have every modern training thing you could possibly think of, surrounded by the best professionals. And I know you see them in all these social and these influence videos and all this different content creation. They have such an arrogance and such a bravado, but if you've ever met either of the Pauls, they seem to be the most disciplined guys in the room. So as much as I love Mike Tyson,
WWE Undisputed Champion Cody Rhodes acknowledged that fans are excited to see a classic Mike Tyson knockout. However, he pointed out that Jake and Logan Paul train at a top-tier gym in Puerto Rico, showcasing their impressive discipline despite their confident images. Ultimately, Rhodes believes Jake Paul will come out on top. Anthony Crolla, a former lightweight boxing champion, has expressed his prediction, suggesting that the fight could end very poorly for Tyson, or be relatively easy for him. "I think it's a bit dangerous. We don't know what kind of place Mike Tyson will be in," Crolla said. "He looked great in the exhibition with Roy Jones Jr. Jake Paul has improved. Mike Tyson's age. It's a mad one. It's hard to even make sense of it. Mike's approaching 60. It's going to be either horrendous viewing or Mike Tyson would walk through him, and I'd think he'd make a lot of people in boxing happy." Sergio Mora also criticized Jake Paul for fighting Mike Tyson, who hasn't competed in over 20 years, and lost his last 2 fights by knockout. He argued that at 57 or 58 years old, it feels unfair to be in the ring with someone so much older. Mora pointed out that while Tyson may look impressive in short social media clips, anyone can appear strong for a moment. He believes this fight won't be good for Tyson's legacy.
Mike Tyson, 58. What is that good for boxing? Fighting a Jake Paul who's obviously in I think late 20s.
Look, man, I've always been a critic of Jake Paul and having him fight real fighters and boxers. But fighting a fighter that hasn't fought in over 20 years than Mike Tyson, he got beat 20 years ago. And
he lost the last 2 fights, got knocked out.
Yeah, he got knocked out the last 2 fights. So at 57, 58 years old, come on, man, you're fighting a senior citizen, and it's not fair. I mean, he can look like a beast, Mike Tyson, for like the 10-second clips that he posts on social media. Anyone could do. I can look like a killer right now on the pads for 10 seconds, but as soon as he turns that camera off, I'm gonna be huffing and puffing and sore. Mike Tyson's not gonna be a good look for his legacy.
Evander Holyfield, a legendary figure in Tyson's history, shared his thoughts on the upcoming fight. Drawing from his fierce rivalry with Tyson, Holyfield expressed skepticism about Jake Paul's confidence, but also recognized that Paul might have an advantage in speed.
That Jake Paul have and all this. But he's gonna be a lot quicker. If he stay close to Mike, then his chance of winning gonna be great. But he try to stay back from Mike. He gonna get caught. Mike is like a snake. He'll pop out on you. He get there too quick. But if you charge him, you're gonna smother everything, because everything he push off his legs. He push off his legs so he too close. Like this, but if you give him room, everybody get knocked out going backwards. Like this, you get him in the room, you're gonna be messed up.
So what are your thoughts on this? Share your thoughts in the comment section and make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video.